And for scientists, it is unequivocal. Humans are to blame. All this is entirely consistent with predictions and repeated warnings. The only surprise is the speed of the change. Climate change is here, it is terrifying, and it is just the beginning. The era of global warming has ended, the era of global boiling has arrived. The air is unbreathable, the heat is unbearable, and the level of fossil fuel profits and climate inaction is unacceptable. Leaders must lead.
All right, shalom, shalom. Call Loyam La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and great millstones. Salutations to you, Akim, pushing the work in truth and in sincerity. All right. We shouldn't be surprised to how this devil plays his hand. Okay. And for the most part, they're letting it be known what they want to do. Okay. And the spirit of the Lord, uh, it's pretty much got them telling on themselves, you know, and we know what their agenda is all about, the Agenda 21, their global governance 2025, Georgia Guidestones, okay, King Alfred Plan, Megiddo List, the list goes on, okay, to what these devils want to do. Now, the next ploy that they're going to use is global warming to bring in draconian laws to take basic human rights away. All right. And I just heard somebody speak on how food is basically, I guess, the United States ruled on food not being a human right. Okay. Why? Because, they're replacing food, natural food, with genetically modified food. All right. Because their plan is to eradicate a large amount of people on the planet, according to their own Georgia Guidestones. All right. So, in the near future, a lot of things are going to be cut because what it says here that they want to make a dramatic, immediate climate action. Okay, and they want to do this on every level, not just with climate change, but they're using climate change as a ploy to bring in draconian laws to take these rights away from people. All right. Now, for us, what does this mean? Of course, the end is coming closer. All right, persecution, the end. Hell, we always been persecuted. It's nothing new under the sun, but this time around, it's going to be the worst ever. Plus, Salaki. Plus, um, we're going to be saved out of it. All right, we're going to be saved out of it. So I'm going to start with 1 Thessalonians 5:1 and Salaki, for being long-winded. It says, "But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." All right, and this is how this thing is set up. It's going to catch people unawares. All right, even though this devil is letting it be known what he wants to do. All right, it's going to come at a time where people are not aware of it. Okay, and that's how they do most things. Okay, um, because there's so many distractions. It's easy to be distracted. It's easy to be distracted with, uh, you know, work, family, etc. Being in the mindset that you have to, play a part in this society and you know, be, caught up in the, the things that go on, the mindsets, you know, and other things. All right, but we're told to be a certain way in these times. Okay, which Lord willing to draw out. You know, so verse 3 it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." Okay, and so that's how the Lord has it set up for the 2/3 and the rest of the world. Okay, because the Lord is going to essentially address their pride and their ego and their arrogance against him, and he's going to do it by the way of this devil, bringing in great wrath and, being cruel, bringing in these cruel measures. All right. Verse 4, it says, "But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief." Okay. Because there's going to be a certain mindset we have to be in. Okay. We got to let go of the pressures of the world. And it says that in 2 Ezra 14:14, which I'm going to get, we can't be caught up in the things that's going on in this world. So now I'm going to read the GNT, all right, for this 2 Ezra 14:14, which, let me see, I don't have it on this app, so I have to do this. All right. So really quick, bear with me. All right, so it's like we'll go 2 Ezra 14, verse 14, and it reads, "Put earthly cares away from you, throw down your human burdens, and lay aside your weak human nature." All right. It says, put all your anxieties aside and get ready to leave this world quickly. All right. Because we're supposed to be looking forward and hastening for the kingdom, not trying to make a nest here and trying to build for future generations. There's no generations in this world. There ain't no more generations coming. Okay. Where they can be able to thrive. Esau is not making it. The conditions that Esau is bringing is not going to allow for us to even do that. And the Lord says if he didn't shorten the time, he would destroy all flesh, roughly paraphrasing according to Matthew, the 24th chapter. All right. And so as you see that article, they say they're going to move dramatically, and they have to. So they have to blame people, they have to blame everybody else, of course, except for the industries and the corporations that have been destroying the world, which we know they're marked by the Heavenly Father, according to Revelations, the 11th chapter, the 18th verse. Then shall I destroy them that destroy the world, the earth. Okay. So the Lord is going to put his hand towards them, but also he's going to use them to bring about certain calamities. All right. Generating crises, bringing about pestilence on in the earth, which is going to shut things down. And sorrow is going to be all over. And, people are going to be taken in great perplexity, not knowing what to do when these things hit. But we will know what to do. We will know what mindset to be in. Okay. But it's important to get rid of the weak nature. You're worried about putting your kids in school. Excuse me, I said skids. Because some of them are a bunch of, but anyway, putting your kids in school and finding somebody to watch your kids and all that. No, you become the teacher. You become the one they need, their provider. All right. Their attention should be towards you. Okay. So, and the main thing is what? Teaching them the core principles, all right, basic understanding of the scriptures, if at all possible, all right. But I know the Lord is going to make a way, and of course, the Lord is going to turn those spirits, the righteous, toward Him, all right, because the prophecy says in Isaiah 10:20 that we're going to lean upon Him and not upon our oppressor. So, verse 15, put all of your anxieties aside. So you're gonna, you got car payments and all this other stuff. Yeah, you might as well, when the time comes, you might as well. And right now, for practice sake, put off those things. Not saying that you don't have to pay your bills, but put off the anxiety, as it says. Put off the worry, right? So it says, you have seen many evil things already, but far worse things are about to happen. You see, and that's what's about to ensue. Worser things. Okay, we already see things are evil, but things are going to get worse. Things are going to get more unfair. We're going to see, the powers that be, the authorities, the establishment come after free speech. They're going to come after anybody that speaks against the establishment, right? Okay, and that means a whole lot of persecution. That means a whole lot of things. People getting carted away and taken. to black sites and so on and so forth. That's all set up for the times that's coming. Okay, because what they have to move fast because they have only a little time to put this thing in action. And Salaki, I'm gonna be reading from this GNT. So this is Revelations 12 and 12. I'm sure all of you are familiar with it. All right. It says, and so be glad, you heavens. All right. All you that live there. But how terrible for the earth and the sea. For the devil has come down to you, and he is filled with rage because he knows that he has only a little time left. You see, so they're in frantic mode. All right, this devil Esau Edom, and that's why they coming. Hold on, right here it says what they're making drastic. Oh, Salakia in a way. Here we go. Dramatic. All right, immediate climate change. And who are they blaming? They're blaming the citizens. Okay, they're blaming the regular Joe Schmo when the majority of the pollution is done by industries and oil spills and chemical spills and on purpose generated. All right, these things are being done on purpose on some occasions. Now you do have freak accidents and stuff like that, but these things are to bring in the farce of the global warming and them having to bring in new measures. All right, it's nothing more than a ploy. Okay, it's nothing more than a ploy. So they're coming because what they have little time left. All right. It says, verse 17, back in 2nd Ezra 14:17 in the GNT, it says, as the world grows older and weaker, the evils that will come upon its people will multiply. And that's true. That's true for the most part. All right. It's only going to get worse for these people. Okay. Verse 18. And really it's attacking their pride. And that's what's happening. So in a sense, it's righteousness in a roundabout way. All right. Truth will depart and falsehood will draw it ever nearer. All right. The eagle you saw in your vision is just about to arrive, and that's dealing with the Romans. But we are in the revived Roman Empire. But let's go back. 1 Thessalonians 5:5. Ye are the children of light and the children of the day. All right. We are not of the night, which the night represents obscurity, and this society is full of it. All right. Gross darkness cover the people, as it says Isaiah 60:1. All right. We are the light. We are the light that shines in the dark. We are the truth bearers, the light bearers, the illuminated ones. We are those. All right. Because we have the truth. Okay. We have the true light, the true wisdom. Okay. It says, nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as others do. All right. Because you got people that sleep to the things that's taking place. Who knows? All right. They're literally under hypnosis by all these distractions. Mainly a lot of Israelites who are, they have their own camps. They're out there teaching. It's going to come as to surprise to them, and mainly them really because these are the ones that's supposed to get right and ready first, and really supposed to get ready the minds of the sheep. All right, but they're asleep. All right, and we don't sleep as others do. We count because not only that, we are watchmen. We watch what's going on in the world, and to them it's all conspiracy, but they're letting it be known exactly what they want to do. So we don't take that lightly as others do. All right. As the scriptures say, the prudent man foresee of the evil and hideth himself, and the wicked or the fool walk on and are punished. And that's what's about to happen to a lot of Israelites. They're going to be punished because they're not taking the instructions that's left. All right. And we're going to get into that. It says, therefore, let us not sleep as others do, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day, all right, the kingdom, all right, the morning, because, or you could say Yahushua because he's the morning star, right? Be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. Visualizing the promises and holding to those things and standing firm in those things that were promised. Okay, because the world that as we know it is not promised. It's not going to sustain you. It's going to fade away. As the scriptures say, the fashion of this world passeth away, but the Lord's word is what remains forever. All right. It says, for an helmet, the hope of salvation. See, and so that's supposed to be on our minds. All right. That is what we're supposed to put on. All right. We're supposed to be thinking about salvation. A lot of times I say, how shall I now am I right? Deliver us from evil. All right. And that's supposed to be always on your mind, 24/7. How shall I now am I right? How about Hashem Yahweh Shai? How shall I now am I right? Or deliver us from evil. All right. However you want to put it, there's many ways to say it. Okay. So it says, for God hath not appointed us to wrath, that's right, but to obtain salvation by our Lord, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, especially those that are back in the flesh, the regeneration. Those individuals will promise that they're going to be saved. And Lord willing, we part of that number that's going to be saved. Okay. So I do have a few more precepts and then I'm going to close out. We shouldn't be surprised to how this devil plays his hand. And a lot of jakes are, okay. All right, so here, I know Second Ezra tells us how to be. We know on this devil's part that these are unrighteous decrees. It's a ploy to bring in more, wicked, evil, harm towards mainly your tribes, but to the whole world. Okay. So Second Ezra 16:40, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle. All right. That battle represents the day of our trouble, which our enemies are pretty much coming in like a flood to eliminate us, to eradicate us, to take the promise away from us. But they're not going to succeed. All right. It says, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. All right. We always do this. We always go to the Edamon online. We always look at the word pilgrim. All right, and it should be up here. Yep. Pilgrim, a person traveling to a holy place, and that's what we are spiritually. All right, we're looking forward and hastening the kingdom of heaven. Okay. In Peter, it says, being that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person shall you be in? Or manner of conversation shall you be in? All righteousness, holy conversation. All right, and holy conversation is conversation of the kingdom, the scriptures, everything opposite of this society, because everything in this society is nothing more than a death culture. All right. It breeds death. So as a penance, all right, so we're supposed to be penitent, all right, repenting to meaning to turn and turn back to the truth, or to discharge some vow or religious or obligation, or seeking some miracle or spiritual benefit. And that's who we are. We're wayfarers seeking a miracle. All right. Because the miracle was promised to us. Okay. So we're supposed to be likened unto pilgrims in that time. And that matches up with Second Ezra, the 14th chapter, the 14th verse, getting rid of all this, putting away the cares. It says, put away, Second Ezra 14:14 again. Put earthly cares away from you. Throw down your human burdens. Lay aside your weak human nature. Put all your anxieties aside. All right. So you got to put all your worry aside. How you going to take care of your children? And how you going to feed yourself in that time? Well, the scriptures give an example in Matthew, dealing with the fowl? It's some type of fowl, but I forget exactly. How the Lord feeds them, how much more you, and the Lord is very, very keen on that. He wants to take care of us, and he will take care of us. The thing is that we have to believe in his words. When he said we have to believe him, because the Lord said he's faithful and sure of what he wants to do. We just have to be faithful and sure in the same belief. All right. And this is on this devil's behalf. This is Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, which is this whole climate change and bringing about these draconian laws to take away rights and so on and so forth, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, because that's what's about to happen. These are about to be grievous laws. All right. And they're going to take all ownership away from you, virtually all ownership. Okay, where you're not going to be able to own a damn thing. Okay, and now they want to feed you genetically modified foods, bugs, so on and so forth. And we know that the human body can't sustain these genetically modified organisms. All right, it's going to deplete our system. It's going to mess up our system completely, and they know it. Okay, it says turn aside the needy from judgment. So, to turn aside the needy from judgment is essentially not giving them what they need, not giving them what's right for them. And that's what this devil is about to do. Okay, he's going to turn us from the natural way of things, which things are already messed up. And they're going to try to turn us to these GMOs and all this other stuff that they got planned, and to take away the right from the poor of my people. All right, the widows, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. All right, and the leaderless. The fatherless are the ones that don't have anyone to guide them, to guide their households. All right, and they're going to prey upon the widows. All right, which are the ones who don't have who are husbandless. Okay, and that's it's figuratively and spiritually. I mean, figuratively and physically. Okay, all right. So let's keep going. All right. So they're gonna be doing things, practices, I put as a footnote, unlawful, grievous practices that's not right for the poor. All right. So it's not going to be on our good on our behalf. Okay. They're gonna try to do away with us according to their laws. Okay, according to their Georgia guidestones. All right. But what the Lord say? All right. The Lord's going to have our backs in this time. Okay. Let me get the GNT and I want to read Job 20. All right. I want to read Job 20. And then I'm going to have to close out. All right. This is Job chapter 20. And I'm going to start at, let's see. Job 20 and 12, it says, and this is for verse 12 and 13. Evil tastes so good to them that they keep some in their mouths to enjoy its flavor. Speaking figuratively about the wicked. All right, but in their stomachs the food turns bitter as any poison could be, and that's what's about to happen, because they're about to fill their belly up with, essentially the souls that they have, you know, deceitfully gotten. Okay, but what's going to happen? All right, they fill their bellies with treasures as well. So it says the wicked vomit up the wealth they stole, and that's what's going to happen. God takes it back even out of their stomachs, and that's why we shouldn't even worry about trying to make it on this side or trying to build a house or trying to buy land. Man, our land is in, Israel, and we're going to own the whole world at this point when the Lord returns. Okay, so if you were worried about a future, the only future we have is the kingdom. And period, point blank. We don't have no future in America because America doesn't have a future. All right. What evil people swallow is like poison. It kills them like the bite of a deadly snake. They will not live to see rivers of olive oil or streams that flow with milk and honey. All right. That's your new world order. Let me read it in the KJV. That's going to be your new world order. You ain't going to see it. It ain't going to happen. All right. Because that, look, scriptures say what? Um, that they want to continue to many generations or something like that. I know I butchered the hell out of it, but they want to continue on living, man. All right, and essentially, and they really want that birthright. That's why this is really happening. Okay, because the modern Jewry, all right, is Esau, Edom. Okay, Job 20 and let's see, I'm gonna get straight to the point. Uh, 19, because this is a war on the poor. Okay, this is a war on the poor, people that can fend for themselves, people that live off the land. They want to take everything away. And that's just, man, that's diabolical. And that's why the Lord is going to cut them off, because what they cut off many nations. Then, and I believe that explains it in Obadiah. All right, Job 20:19, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he buildeth not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. You see, okay. So it's not gonna go quiet in your belly, which your belly represents, that your inward parts. All right. It's like because your belly is like a brain too, right? As far as that's what they say now, right? But it's true. Your belly represents the innermost feelings. All right. Verse 21, it says, "There shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods." That's right. Okay. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, meaning a difficult position. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. So the poor that he's oppressing and setting up laws against is going to backfire. All right, in such a way, all right, where he's not going to be able to savor, his new world order. Okay. It says, verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. All right. So while he is, pretty much devouring and hoarding everything to himself, um, and pretty much, even men's souls. All right, that's when the Lord is going to rain down upon him that wrath, and that's going to be by way of thermonuclear fire. Okay, because that's how this place is going out. And now they already crossed the line, but this, Esau is a habitual line stepper, and once he crosses that threshold, ain't no return, ain't no point of return. It's already no point of return. All right. Once they put this thing in motion, where they bring about this massive death in the world, that's when the Lord is going to put them down. All right, and it's going to be by the most fearsome, the most dreadful punishment ever known to mankind. And I want to close with that. Lord willing, this lesson has been edifying. We're not going to be caught off guard, and we're not going to be surprised by how this devil moves. Okay, so when the lights turn off, all right, we're going to roll with the punches, man. All right. When you lose that job and they talking about you got to take the RFID chip, or you got to get, whatever, a shot or whatever, we're not gonna yield to it. All right. We're, Lord willing, the Lord is going to put the spirit on us to defy this place, and to have such disdain for this place, that we're going to hold true to only and lean only upon the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, which it goes and says that in Isaiah 10:20. And I'm gonna read it. "And it shall come to pass in that day, that the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob," escaped from who? Our oppressors, right? "Shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God." All right. And so that's what's going to happen. A remnant, a small portion of Israelites are going to turn back to the Heavenly Father in truth. All right. "For thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness." And that's right. Okay. So what's coming ain't gonna stop us from it's gonna really push us to lean upon the Lord, you know, and we should be all for it. Our mindsets are supposed to be all for it. All right. So a Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Until next time, I say shalom. We give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakodash. Double honors the apostles, elders, our great millstone. Salutations to you, Akim, pushing the work in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.